Once upon a time there was a woman named Laura, who lived a seemingly perfect life alongside her husband, Lucas. For many years they shared happy moments and built a family. However, everything changed when Laura was diagnosed with a serious and debilitating illness. Laura's illness began to consume her energy and health, making each day a battle against pain and weakness. She needed support and unconditional love to face the challenges that arose, but unfortunately, Lucas was not prepared to deal with the situation. As time passed, Lucas's attention and affection for Laura began to wane. He became absent and distant, prioritizing his own needs and desires. Laura felt abandoned and helpless, struggling with illness and loneliness. One day, while Laura was in the hospital, her father-in-law, Roberto, came to visit her. He was a kind, mature man who had always admired Laura's strength and determination. Little by little Roberto began to become more involved in Laura's life, offering her emotional support and a constant presence. Lucas, the husband, had already moved on with his life, leaving Laura alone and without any support. Lucas started going out to parties, bars at night and getting involved with other women, forgetting about Laura, the woman who had always been by his side. The proximity between Laura and Roberto gradually increased, and Laura, because of her loneliness, ended up getting emotionally involved with Roberto, resulting in a betrayal, since Laura and Lucas were still married. In the midst of her pain and vulnerability, Laura found solace in her father-in-law's arms. The scandal quickly spread through the family, causing a wave of shock and outrage. However, the story does not end there. Fate holds surprises and unpredictable twists and turns. Shortly after, Laura received news that would completely change her life. A new form of treatment appeared, a hope for a cure. She decided to fight and dedicate herself to her recovery, leaving behind the episode of betrayal. Meanwhile, Lucas began to reflect on his choices and actions. He realized how wrong it had been to abandon Laura in her most difficult moment. Regret consumed his soul and he found himself completely lost and alone. In time, Laura miraculously recovered, surprising everyone with her strength and determination. She chose to forgive her husband, understanding that pain and weakness can lead people to make wrong decisions. After all, true love and forgiveness can transform lives. The surprising ending of this story is the rebirth of love and family unity. Lucas, repentant and aware of his mistakes, did everything to win Laura back. With humility, he showed himself dedicated to rebuilding trust and rekindling the flame of love that had been extinguished. Laura and Lucas have learned valuable lessons along this journey. They discovered the importance of being present in difficult moments, of cultivating love and compassion, and of never underestimating the power of forgiveness. Although Laura forgave Lucas, the situation became even more complex when Roberto, her father-in-law, did not easily accept the outcome of the story. Feeling and rejected by Laura, he nurtured a feeling of revenge and obsession towards Laura. Roberto, driven by bitterness, began to pursue Laura relentlessly. He could not accept that she had returned with Lucas, his son. At every step Laura took towards her recovery, Roberto seemed to be always present, creating situations of conflict and causing anguish. He sent threatening messages, made incessant phone calls, and showed up in unexpected places. Laura felt constantly frightened and harassed, living in fear and anxiety. Roberto was determined to make Laura's life a living hell. Meanwhile, Lucas struggled to protect Laura from the clutches of his own father. He knew he needed to act quickly to ensure his wife's safety and rebuild the trust that had been shattered. Lucas sought professional and legal help to deal with the situation. He sought restraining orders against Roberto, restricting his proximity to Laura. In addition, he enlisted the support of his family and close friends, who came together to protect Laura and provide the necessary support. However, Roberto remained obsessed and found ways around the restrictions. He would sneak up on them, leaving clues and threatening notes. Laura and Lucas began to question whether they would ever have peace again. Determined to regain control of her life, Laura decided to confront Roberto. She met him in person, in a public place, and expressed her pain and disappointment at his actions. Laura was firm and courageous, making it clear that she would not allow him to continue to control her life. Surprisingly, the confrontation triggered a transformation in Roberto. He finally realized the extent of his obsession and the harm he was causing everyone around him. Overcome with remorse, he surrendered to his own guilt and vowed to seek professional help to deal with his emotional issues. The story took an unexpected turn with Roberto's repentance. He turned himself over to therapy and counseling, working diligently to overcome his obsession and adopt a healthier approach to forgiveness and reconciliation. Meanwhile, Lucas and Laura continued their journey of healing and rebuilding. They further strengthened their bond and reinforced the importance of love, communication, and mutual support. Together, they faced challenges, overcame adversity, and found a new balance in their relationship. If you liked this story, leave your comment and subscribe to the channel. This way you will not miss the next videos.